to kind of recap what happened last session, you guys finally you were able to escape Slubadop after kind of going head to head with the Demon Lord. Encounter Demogorgon. Crow's the only one that knows he's a Demon Lord. I don't think he's exactly talked about that yet, like that fact. But you guys had encountered Demogorgon for the first time and almost got killed in the process. It was a very tough fight, but you were able to escape. And we kind of started off the session where you had escaped from Slubadop and you were making your way away from it. At first, you didn't really have a destination in mind, but then Sarah kind of gave you some options of like places that you guys can go, depending on what you felt comfortable with. Either crossing the Dark Lake to get to Neverlight Grove, which is where you guys are kind of like your end goal is at the moment to get Stool back home. So you either were able to cross the Dark Lake, try to like build some sort of a raft or something to be able to cross it, or kind of keep going in the direction that you guys were heading and eventually reach a few other towns before you get to Neverlight Grove. Although he did warn that he's pretty sure that there was a town that's like a big hub for Drow that would be close by. So it's not necessarily the safest place for you guys. The only other option that he could think of was to kind of loop back around, but not obviously go through Slubadop, and kind of follow the Dark Lake around so that you can get to Grackle's Duke and then Neverlight Grove. And the reason why he thought that was the best option was because that way you guys can get to a city, even though it's not the one that he would necessarily have wanted, like had thought was safe, which is why you guys hadn't originally gone in that direction. It was still probably the best option of the three, and that's the one that you guys had ended up choosing, was to kind of go a little bit of the long way around, but a safer way to be able to get to Neverlight Grove. So you started making your way down, and you kind of had a few days travel, a few watches. A few of you did a few things during your watch time. But it came to a night where, or actually it came to a morning when you had heard rumbling. Crow had heard it a little bit earlier, but he hadn't said anything. But you heard some rumbling down the path, and it kept getting louder and louder and louder until the point where the tunnel that you guys were standing in had collapsed. And you were able to find a little hole in the wall, and Pitch had gone into the hole and kind of moved around some rocks so that it would kind of have like a little mini avalanche and make a much bigger hole for you guys to get through. You discovered that it led to this kind of like man-made temple kind of place. Like it seems like the rock was actually cut, and it was like leading you into certain pathways. There were these great oozes that were kind of dripping from the ceilings that you had to deal with, and it did end up corroding some of your guys' weapons. So make sure that you still have that marked for those of you that had used your weapons on it. That you still have those -1s. Like they're not going to go away. Like your weapons are corroded from hitting that ooze. So you had a little bit of an issue with a couple of those, and Aspen was kind of leading y'all wrong for a while, but stayed confident the entire time. And you had ended up running into a gelatinous cube that introduced himself as Glabagool, and kind of got into a conversation with you guys back and forth, and you kind of realize that he is sentient, which is strange, and he basically got his sentience like a couple hours ago. Like he literally said it was his birthday, and that like he doesn't remember anything like before a couple hours ago. So you don't know if like he came into existence then, or if he somehow gained his sentience a couple hours ago. Either way, he doesn't really know anything. He kept asking you guys questions about stuff, but he seemed willing enough to kind of go along with you and to help you along. He actually wanted to go on an adventure, so he kind of like led you farther into this like temple, and kind of ate up some of the enemies along the way, and was starting to get a bellyache, but he was very helpful in that way. And you had ended up finding this like fountain that had a bunch of oozes, but he kind of took care of those for you. And you had found a few magic item. You found a magic item, which was a +1 dagger, and you also found a bunch of like gold and stuff within that fountain. Other than that, Gabagool kind of took you to the place that he had come from, which was this like hole in the. It was kind of a hole in the wall that was like underwater, and it led to what used to be like a little small lake, like a small pond, that you could tell was quickly starting to decrease in volume because it was starting to flood the temple that you guys were in. So you kind of like swam into that area, and you realized that there was like some more paths that led off from there, so you were able to basically escape from that area. I think that was everything that happened last week. And there was a few other things like in character that you had gone through. Crow was kind of doing some self thought about what's been going on. Hammy was reading out of the book. You know, just a couple like random things. But now you guys have a new companion. Cool. So we're going to pick up where we left off, which was that you had just escaped from the temple. You traveled for a few more hours. You're pretty tired after all of the events that happened. Some of you were hurt a little bit, but you traveled a little bit farther, and you decided to rest for the night on this it's kind of like a T junction. There seems to be a tunnel going straight ahead, which is the one that you guys are going on, and then there's another one that kind of like crosses that tunnel and goes the other way. Sarah wasn't sure if like that was the best place to stay, but for right now, it seems like it was safe enough, and you guys were just way too tired to go any farther than where you've gone, so you end up resting there for the night. Is there a watch order that you guys would like to do? Or do you want to do kind of the same 4 people that were doing watches before? Hammy, Aspen, Scylla, and Xavier? Was that the order?
I think I was second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not sure.
It might have been Hammy, Scylla, Aspen, and Xavier. I think that was it. Well, we can make it that if that's okay with you guys. So Hammy, why don't you go ahead and roll a perception check? And George, obviously you can go ahead and roll one as well.
Nat 20.
Perception.
18.
18. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Hammy, you're definitely like staying pretty vigorous. I mean, last time you had watch, you weren't really paying too much attention. You were paying more attention to your book. But this time you're kind of able to multitask pretty well. You're able to kind of look around at the same time as doing whatever else you want to do. Is there anything that you're doing? Are you looking at your book? Are you thinking about something?
Yeah, I'm gonna casually read my book.
Okay.
I'm gonna be trying to figure it out more. I don't know. I guess should I just make another Arcana check to try to understand?
I'm gonna make it so that like whenever you want to read from the book to try and understand it, try and translate it, I'm gonna always have you do an Arcana check. So that way like we kind of get like a baseline of how it's going. Okay, so you rolled a 13 or an 11. So yeah, like it's you make progress, but it's not enough to like get excited over. I mean, you're able to kind of decipher 1 or 2 more words reading it tonight, especially since you're able to kind of like multitask pretty well between looking at the book and like making sure everyone's okay. Yeah, you're able to decipher 1 or 2 more words. You're kind of still working on the 1 page. Like you were able to get most of that first page translated, and that's how you're able to get this cipher. But you still don't really know like the contents of the book. You just really, or I should say, you kind of know that it's about demon lords, but that's it. The rest of it you have no idea, and it's in a really strange language. So you're starting to decipher it more, but you don't really make like a lot of progress tonight. You're pretty tired. So okay, so that was your watch. And then Crow, because you got a nat 20. You obviously see Hammy kind of reading the book again, but nothing new at this point. You've seen her, reading that a couple times now. You don't necessarily notice anything as far as like noises or stuff coming towards you, but you kind of pay a bit more attention to the group itself this time, just because you're starting to get more curious now about like who you're traveling with and like what kind of people they are. Obviously they're sleeping, so like you don't really get much out of looking at them. However, you do notice that Sereth, Sereth's awake as well. He only has to sleep 4 hours. So he's awake. He usually like jots down notes and kind of like, he's shown you that he has a map, of like what he knows of the Underdark. So he's been trying to like, take notes here and there to like kind of keep tabs for himself of like, oh, this tunnel was destroyed. Oh, this tunnel was covered in spider webs. Like he's trying to keep notes himself for, what you guys have gone through. So like it's not weird that he's writing in his little journal. But what's strange is that every like couple minutes he seems to have like a tick, like his head kind of flinches a little bit, and that happens like almost like every single 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes his head ticks, and it's like you time it, and it is exactly 5 minutes every single time. So, and Crow, I will say like even in your next watch, no matter what your perception is, you're noticing this. He does this until he goes to sleep, until he starts to do his zoning out for the 4 hours. So it's really strange. You've never seen him do that before at night, and you've never seen him do that during the day either. It just seems like it's something that you can tell he's not even really noticing, because he's like, he stops for a second when he does it, writing, and then he'll continue writing again. So it's just a strange tick.
It's just a new tick that he's got.
Like, new to you. You don't know if he's been doing this because you haven't really noticed it. But yeah, and it seems way too, I don't know, it's too on the nose. You know, it's exactly 5 minutes every single time.
Okay.
And then it just stops when he goes into his trance. So that you notice that during your couple hours. Hammy, you go to bed, and then Sila, can you roll a perception?
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20 for this one.
Nice. 5. So yeah, Sila, you're pretty. You're not really paying too much attention. You're kind of focusing on whatever thoughts you're going through right now. Not really, like, you care about your safety, but at the same time, like, nothing really seems to happen much at night, so you're not really too worried about it. Is there anything that you're doing in particular during this watch?
I think I'm just gonna continue to play with my arcane focus.
Okay. Yeah, and you kind of like you're looking at your arcane focus, and like, it's pretty sentimental to you at this point. Like, you've had it for quite a while, and it's gotten you through quite a bit. And it's interesting because you've been looking at it every night since you've been down here, but you've never really noticed that, like, it just has this different kind of light to it. Like this the light that you're casting from the light spell that I believe Hammy has been casting recently. That light just kind of gives it a little bit more of a shine, a little bit more dimension to it. Your little sea creature seems to like it down here, which is strange. You don't normally like you've kind of gotten used to, like, the habits and, like, the reactions that usually come from them. I'm not sure if it's a he or she, but it seems like they're happy right now.
That's good. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, as happy as can be. Like, you kind of were near a body of water, which would have been nice, but maybe you'll reach it again at some point. Yeah, and then Crow, nothing else happens other than the text, so you do notice that, of course, over the next two hours. All right, Aspen, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I'm either lucky or cursed. I got another dirty 20.
So you're getting all these good rolls over with first.
With the perception check, like.
All right, and then Aspen got an 11.
Yep.
I mean, Aspen, like, not great, not bad, or not good either. Kind of like just kind of in the middle. Like, you're paying attention, but you don't really notice anything.
It's probably night.
Yeah, and it's so hard to, like, the thing that's so hard to get used to is the fact that you don't see the sunlight. So you guys can never tell if it's day or night, technically. You are only going to sleep when you are tired. So for all you know, it is like the middle of the day. You don't know. And it's been pretty, like, it's made you discombobulated because of that. So, like, your last couple watches, you haven't really been paying too much attention just because of the fact that, like, but yeah, so you don't really notice anything during your watch. Okay, so yeah, your shift goes without much issue. And then Xavier, why don't you go ahead and roll your perception check? 13. Okay. So, yeah, kind of the same thing with you. You don't really notice anything. You're kind of just staring off into space, like, nothing really bad happens. It just, you're kind of just, you're just waking up. So you're kind of, you're still kind of, like, getting ready for the day. You're preparing your spells. You're doing all that stuff. You're not really, like, too worried about what's going on around you. Is there anything that you're doing in particular during this time?
Not really. I think I'm just, like, hanging back.
Okay. Yes, you guys all wake up, and nothing seemed to have happened throughout the night. At least nothing that anyone noticed. Yeah, once you guys get up, Seraph kind of continues leading you down the path. Just to make sure, is there anything that anyone does while walking these few hours? And just for the record, Glabagul is in the very front. He is taking up the entire tunnel, like, space, because it's just as big for him to be able to fit into it, and he's just plowing forward. Like, you can still see through him, but, like, if there's anything in your way, he is gonna just plow through it.
Can I ask the NPCs what they think of Glabagul? I mean, he's a giant gelatinous cube and all.
Yeah, Stool doesn't seem to care. He's cool with it. Same with Jim Jar. He's just kind of like, he keeps making bets with people on like what Glabagool can and can't eat. Like to say like, hey, next time you see a mushroom, give it to him and see if he like dies from it or something. Yeah. So like he keeps making bets about like what Glabagool can eat, what he can't eat. Prince Darendel is keeping a very big distance from it. He does not want to be anywhere near the slime creature. He's making like comments about like how it's getting on his shoes and whatnot. Eldith seems a little put off by it, only because it is a monster, but seems friendly, so she's kind of just like keeping her distance also, but in a friendlier way, like not really saying anything about it. And Seraph is also a little unsure about it, but he's been helping, you guys so far, and he doesn't really seem like he's dangerous in any way, so like he's letting Glabagool lead and is hoping that like worst case Glabagool will just keep going, like not even notice that you guys were stopping for whatever reason.
Out of curiosity, how does Glabagool move? Like, does he hop? Like, is it like a bouncing?
No, he like slides.
Or he just slithers?
Yeah, he
I always
slithers.
pictured him moving like a slug.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. He like extends and contracts, kind of like a slug.
Like a worm.
Yeah. So he definitely is like making your progress go slower because of that, but he at the same time he's kind of protecting you guys from the front. So all you really have to worry about is like where you guys came from as far as dangers are concerned. So like there's kind of pros and cons to him being with you. But again, like he seems to be like, really good company. Like he's having conversations with you. Like he keeps asking you guys questions about stuff. Like at one point he definitely asked you, "So what are you? Like what are you guys? You all look different. Why don't you look like me?"
Kind Glabagool. I said you're one of a kind, Glabagool.
But what are you? Are you still me, but different?
Well, you know how you are full of slime?
Yeah.
We are full of meat.
What's me?
All different kinds. And by the way, it doesn't taste good.
Oh, yeah. I don't really... Wait, what is taste? I don't really taste. I don't think, at least.
Somebody want to tag in here?
There are things we can do that you can't, but there are things you can do that we can't. That's why we're a good team.
Oh.
We can taste things, but you can't, so we can tell you what tastes good or not.
Oh, please do. That would be fun. I'd like that very much. I'll tell you what tastes good to me, too, if I can figure out what that is.
Yeah, things that try and hurt us, they taste really bad.
Yeah, that oozy thing that I ate earlier, that definitely hurt my stomach. It didn't taste good. At least I think that's what taste was.
Do
No.
you see anything in him but a cube?
No, he's pretty empty right now because he kind of like regurgitated the stuff that was in him. I mean, you see some like pebbles that he's like kind of collected as he's gone, but that's it. You don't even know why he knows what a stomach is. Like that was kind of strange. He's like all of a sudden just kind of said, "Oh yeah, it didn't feel good in my stomach," but like no one had mentioned a stomach at this point, so that was a little strange.
True.
So it seems like he kind of has some idea of stuff, but then like when he's just curious, he just kind of keeps going, and like it gets to a point where he keeps asking you guys like every single time you answer him, he comes up with something else he doesn't know, and it gets to a point where like you just don't answer him, and he doesn't seem mad about it whatsoever. He just keeps going. He really kind of forgets that like he had even asked the question in the first place. It's kind of up to you guys of like.
Are we having symptoms?
Yes. So as far as you could tell, no one's had symptoms yet. However, you have kind of like been checking each other's ears and nose and stuff, and you are starting to see more like flakes kind of coming out of your ears and nose. So like it seems like it is kind of spreading a little bit, but no one seems to have been like affected by it in any way yet. Like you don't feel more tired than usual, or like you don't hurt anywhere. You're not really getting headaches or anything like that. So whatever it is, it either doesn't show signs at all, or you're just not at that stage yet. But yeah, as you continue down down this path, you kind of take a few more turns here and there.
Wait, as we're walking, can I like pull aside Seraph and ask him about the tick?
That is not what I heard the first time.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Oh.
What tick? What tick?
You do this thing every 5 minutes.
Do you like imitate it or something?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks at you confused and is like, I don't believe I do. And he's not doing it right now, for the record.
At all?
Nope. No, he looks fine. He looks normal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
When was I doing that?
Last night.
Huh. No, I don't remember doing it.
Okay.
I guess I'll keep an eye out for it. Like I'll try to catch it. Maybe it's something. I don't know. Thank you for telling me.
I'll keep an eye out on them just to make sure.
Yes, you guys continue along this path, and it's getting close to when you would normally stop for the day. You probably have like another hour's worth left in you, and you actually start to hear something ahead. You start to hear like sounds, like it kind of sounds like people. Do you guys keep going forward like at your pace that you're going? Or are you gonna go slower? Are you gonna go faster to try and like get to it?
We should probably hide Globable, because we don't want people attacking him.
How are you gonna hide me? I'm too big.
What if you stay behind for a little bit?
Okay, I can try to squeeze against the wall and let you guys get in front of me. And he does that. He squeezes, and you just hear like a squelching sound as he's like trying to press himself against the wall. And like he makes a couple feet space between like wall to wall. Like you're able to kind of like squeeze past. You don't take damage, but you definitely get burned a little bit like along the way. Like he kind of drops some of himself on you at times, like on your foot or your hand. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Every time that like it drops on you guys, but yeah, you get past him fine, and he kind of like decompresses, and he kind of goes, that hurt.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's okay. I understand. I'll watch the back. And yeah, you guys can go ahead without worrying about him being in front of you. So how are you going to be approaching? You kind of notice after a few more feet, you kind of notice that the tunnel bends, and you see like a light flicker, like flames flickering. You don't see the flames, but you see like the light kind of flickering against the wall.
Who among us is the most charming?
I wouldn't classify myself as charming. I just get like a really toothy grin.
Should we just kind of inch awkwardly over and be like, "Hello, hi, we come in peace"?
You're going forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So you're kind of coming forward. You kind of go around the corner, and everyone else you can move yourselves according to where you think you'd be. But you kind of come around this corner, and you notice that there is like a little bonfire, kind of in this like little cave area, and you see these 5 humans. Like they look like humans, but they're like malnutri. Oh my god, I can't.
Malnourished.
Yeah, malnourished. Thank you. They're like all different states of malnourishment. They have like scars covering their bodies. You kind of get a closer look, and you see that like most of their lips are missing. And it kind of looks like they have like an unnerving smile because of it. And they're like erratically like walking around, like pacing around the fire, speaking in like some sort of tongues, like you can't really understand what they're saying, and like whooping and shouting as they're saying these things. And as you come up and say this, one of them stops, and like they all stop once they get disrupted, and they're just kind of looking at you.
There you go. Nice night we're having, huh? Oh.
I'm gonna creep forward and take Aspen's arm and like gently lead her backwards, hoping that these fellas won't follow us.
As the ones like kind of shouts out, like he holds out his hand towards you, like he wants you to stop.
I stop.
Oh. I say, can you write? Can you write in the dirt, maybe?
One behind him just like starts kicking the ground.
Oh. Okay, so they understand, kind of?
Kind of?
They seem non-threatening as of yet.
I'm a little threatened.
They don't judge them because they have no lips.
It's gonna be like undercommon.
Why don't you guys roll an Arcana check?
We can
All of us?
We can all roll my
I mean, whoever wants to roll for it. You don't necessarily have to if you don't want to.
Mine is 0, but let's see what happens.
A 0?
No.
Oh, you mean you have a plus 0, yeah. Let's see. Sila got a 16. Hammy got a 11. Aspen got a 15, and Xavier got 11. So I would say Sila and Aspen, because and this kind of works out anyway. You're kind of in the front. You kind of like are trying to like understand them, trying to figure out like what's going on, and you kind of get the impression that what they're like, they are probably speaking something. It doesn't sound like undercommon, because you've heard undercommon before. You don't understand it, but you've heard of it. You've heard them like it's spoken. It doesn't sound like undercommon. You're not really sure exactly what it is. It kind of sounds like you hear the similar sounds once in a while. So like they're speaking something. You just don't really know what. But it does kind of seem like they're trying to get your attention. And the one's now kind of like gesturing for you to like come closer. And he like has this like mad look in his eyes, but it also looks like wanting, like please help me kind of a look on his face as he like is gesturing his hand towards himself.
Hey, hold on. I might have a spell that might help us here. I don't know if the spell transcends language, though.
What's the spell?
Message. It doesn't say whether it affects language, which kind of implies to me that it doesn't.
Probably not. Like, it probably just sends the message regardless of language.
So I could use that and that would work. Is this a... Oh, and this is a cantrip, so I could, Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle forward, and I'm gonna use message, and they can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send them the message. What do you want from us?
At first, the one that's been like kind of leading this, like, these grunts and stuff, looks confused, is like looking around and starts like go on like all fours and like scratch the ground. But as he's kind of doing this stuff and like not really seeming to pay attention to you, you do hear a whisper, and all you hear the person say is, "We're trapped. Please help."
All right, I'm gonna turn to the others and I'm gonna say they're trapped. They need our help getting out.
Ooh, we don't know our way out either. Can you ask if they know where they're supposed to go?
At this point, I think they can understand us, so I'm gonna see if they can respond to that. But I still gotta cast the. Okay, I guess I'll cast this transmutation or cantrip again.
Okay. Can you roll a survival check as well?
Ooh, that makes me nervous. Yes.
Survival checks are never a bad thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh God, nat 20 too.
I guess this was just fine.
So Sila, you're sending like, tell me what your message is first of all. Like what do you say next?
I'm gonna ask them. Do you know where you need to go?
So as you're asking this, you kind of you're looking at them and like you're kind of paying more attention to them, because like even though you're whispering, you're kind of getting the sense that like in a weird way they are still communicating through their actions as well, and they're all kind of like pulling at dirt, and like they kind of went away from the fire a little bit at this point, and they're like banging against the walls and stuff like that. And as you look around, you kind of like, your magic is not learned, it's just kind of natural to you. So you're looking around and you kind of get like a different sense of this area, of this cave, and you feel as though somehow they're trapped in this cave. That like, it's not necessarily that they want to get out of the Underdark, it's that they want to get out of the cave.
Okay, I communicate this to the rest of the group, and then I go, maybe they could just join our group.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, but...
I mean, we can't. They'll probably follow us anyway, so we may as well invite them.
True.
Are they stuck, like, in this cave, like this specific cave? Like this little... Are they just stuck around the fire? Should we not go in there?
I mean, Sila's taken a few steps into this cave area, and like, Sila, you don't feel like like, you take a few steps back just to kind of test it, and you're not trapped. Like, it's not like it's a barrier that's keeping them in. So it seems like there's something else that's kind of keeping them where they are. Although you can't really tell what. Crow, you were going to say something?
Yeah, can I use my Eyes of the Grave, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, what does that do again?
Undead.
Undead.
It lets me know if there's any undead within 60 feet that aren't behind total cover.
No, there's no undead.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Silent, what are you up to? What are you gonna do?
I'm afraid that the force field that's trapping them is like closer to them than I am right now. So let's see. Do I have any spells I might be able to mess? Not really.
They seem like they're getting a bit more agitated, and they're like kind of looking at each other, and like their eyes start crossing, and they go like even like they seem to be going even crazier, and they're like whooping, hollering again. They're starting to like circle the fire again, and make those chants that they were making again. It almost kind of seems like they forgot that you were there.
Oops.
And you cast a magic missile. No.
I mean, I kind of do, but like to see if it hits any force field. But I'm gonna aim specifically not to hit them.
Okay.
I can do that with magic missile because it always hits. So.
Yeah. So you send 3 missiles. I think it's 3, right?
Yeah.
So you send 3 missiles out, like, kind of left, center, and right from like close to where they are without hitting them. And they do go very close to the people, and it doesn't seem like they kind of explode in midair. They just explode at the like floor that you were pointing at. And I'm gonna say like the middle one you might have been aiming at the ceiling kind of a thing, just to see if like to make sure that it doesn't just like kind of fly out and stop midair. And nope, it seems like it's hitting where you were expecting it to hit. When you do this, like it does kind of startle them, but they don't really like break from their rotation. But they're getting louder and louder, and they're getting more and more agitated. Finally, when like it kind of is getting a little irritating, like it's getting too loud, and you're kind of like nervous because they're making so much noise. You like kind of look back the way you came and like the way you're going to make sure that nothing's coming at you guys. When you do notice crawling out from this like kind of cracked part of the wall over here, you notice that there is Wendigo crawls out from the crack, and it looks emaciated, and it looks like it's kind of decaying, and it lets out a howl, and I would like you guys to roll initiative.
We should have just left these people. We should have just done our problem.
I was about to say.
I'm sorry. That is not our way. We've committed to adopting everyone we've seen. This is a found family campaign.
Yes.
As we roll initiative, I'm going to just say, like, we should all leave. We should leave them here.
I'm in agreement.
Well, now, if it hasn't seen us, maybe we should run. But if it has, it will.
Hey, I also got a 6.
Top of the round, it's going to be Aspen. Aspen, so what are you doing? You're kind of in the front. You saw this starting to get escalate. It started to escalate, and all of a sudden, like, you see the reaction to these people, and they don't necessarily like run away in fear, but you do see like the fear in their eyes as they're continuing to circle around the fire, and the Wendigo kind of comes out from the crack.
Has it seen us?
Yes. It definitely sees the 3 of you. The rest of you are kind of like tucked back a little bit, but he definitely sees the 3 of you. Like you, Scylla, and Hammy.
I'm going to cast.
Most things have a 30-foot movement range.
I guess I need to put Glabagul in
Just
this.
saying. Totally could run. Totally could run.
What is a gelatinous cube's initiative? Let me double check.
What if we like beat it to shit and then we get Globule to eat it?
But the last time he ate something for us, it hurt his tummy.
That's true. We don't. He needs a rest. You're right. Let's just kill it then.
It's just run.
Crow just whispers, or he tries to. Let's just run.
So I guess Glabagul just doesn't go. Glabagul just doesn't go this turn because it's a mic. Yeah, Glabagul isn't going this turn because he got a -1 for his initiative, so he's just chilling.
Like, I don't know what
Yes, Aspen, what are you doing? What's up?
Sorry, George. I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike to try and keep it far away from me.
Okay.
But it doesn't say how far. The range, if it's self, that just means it's around me.
Yes.
You.
It's you.
Fuck. Okay. Never mind. I am not getting around this dude. Okay, this time I'm gonna cast Entangle on him, and the vines and leaves and shit are gonna grow in a 20-foot square around him. And it's got a 90-foot range, so.
20 feet, you said?
Yeah.
Here, let me do this. So anything within that red sphere has the difficult terrain, and it's just difficult terrain, right? Like that's all that spell does, or does it do damage too?
I don't think it doesn't do damage, but it has to succeed on the strength saving throw, or it's restrained.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do I do that now or on his turn?
Cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained until the spell ends.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll it now, and then at the end of his turn I can re-roll it. I know.
Yes.
All right, so strength saving throw. Well, he got a nat 1, so he is sure restrained. Starting off great. All right, he is restrained for the turn. Okay, is that gonna be your turn?
Yes.
All right, Xavier. So like you don't see it, but you heard it, and you're seeing the reactions to like Scylla, Aspen, and Hammy. So you know something's up.
I'm terrified of those kinds of creatures. What are they called again?
This is the Wendigo.
Yeah, I'm actually terrified of those in real life. For some reason, I forgot the name. So my character, I'm sure he heard what it is, so he's not moving. He's just hanging out close to Glabagool. Like, I hate them. I despise Wendigos.
He shits his pants again.
No, I don't shit my pants.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, you're just kind of chilling in the back, kind of waiting for something to happen. That's not the Wendigo. Okay. So it's your turn. It is the Wendigo's turn. So he is restrained. Let me just make sure he can't do anything else on his turn.
He can use his action to try to break free.
He will then just kind of like tear at these vines to try and get out. His strength is not bad, but I just rolled a 3, so he's still stuck. Dang, you guys are lucky right now. All right, yeah, he's still stuck.
22. It gave me power.
Yeah, he's still trapped. All right, so that is his turn. Why is this not working right now? Okay. So next up then is going to be Crow.
Roll the bed.
All right,
Actually, I have to move within 60 feet.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Can you at least roll this? Okay, you got a 16.
Dang, I think that just makes it, actually.
Okay.
I tell you 1 sec. Oh yeah, that makes it.
Okay. All right, is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Hammy.
Alright, I'm
Hammy
going
Rammy.
to leave.
You're in a leaf. Okay. Yeah.
I just don't think that this is our fight, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. You are free to make whatever decisions you want.
I'm just gonna go over here with what's his name? The leaf of Glabagool.
Just for clarity, did we come from the top? Did we come from the north or come from the south?
The south. You're going up.
So we're going
I guess
north.
it probably make more sense to go this way. Alright, let's.
Okay. So you're kind of walking away. And then Scylla.
I'm also considering walking away. I'm actually very surprised by the number of people who didn't decide that was also a good idea. Yeah, I think. Oh man, I don't know, because I don't want to leave these guys. I want them to come with us. The Wendigo is not a person, right? It would be a beast as far as spells are concerned.
monster.
Yeah, like it's a monster. You know, it doesn't really like it's humanoid, but it's not really like if it was a human once upon a time, it definitely isn't anymore.
I'm gonna use Acid Splash to hit the Wendigo.
Okay,
I believe I
that's
have the distance for that. Let me double check.
and that's a dex save, right?
I think so. Let me click the right thing.
60 feet. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine. He got a dex 9, so he failed.
Yay!
So 5 acid damage. Yeah, so first damage you guys do to it, you kind of like splash this acid, and it just screams like in pain. Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Glabagool is quivering, so that's his turn. Aspen.
Okay.
Oh wait, nope, I forgot the counters. Sorry. They had like a really low roll. They start to, so they're pretty agitated at this point, especially since, this creature that seems to be kind of like not controlling them, but like kind of keeping them there, is now out and angry. So the ones closest to it are definitely trying to like move. Let me just roll. Okay, actually, when it had crawled its way out and then started screaming when the acid hit the Wendigo, the ones closest to it, you notice that their eyes start to like glaze over, and they start to like howl and screech themselves, and they are going to run at you guys. The one over here doesn't seem to be affected by whatever's going on. So Scylla, you're gonna get hit by 2 of them. They're kind of just trying to claw at you. And Aspen, you will be clawed by 1 of them. So let me just roll for that. Scylla, how does a 16 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then an 18 will also hit. So that's gonna be 4 points of bludgeoning damage altogether, as it's kind of like scratching at you.
You said 4?
Yep, 4.
Okay.
And then Aspen has a 12 to hit.
No, actually, it doesn't hit.
Okay, so they're trying to claw at you, but like the one behind him is like kind of pulling him to try and get to you as well. So it just misses you. All right, now top of the round, Aspen.
Well, I guess I'll. They look pretty weak, right? You said they were super emaciated.
Wait a second. I have to take that back. I forgot they're in the entangle, so they need to roll strength checks first, or strength saves. So I might be taking that back from you, the Scylla, the damage.
Oh.
Let me
that
just
would
see.
be just fine.
Their strength is. All right, what's the save for the entangle, Aspen? That was you, right?
It's a strength check, so I have to. It's an 11.
Oh, 11? Okay. So then two of them succeed, and they're able to move. 2 of them fail. So I'll still have these 2 be there. So I'll just have 1 on each of you. So, Scylla, go ahead and only take 1 damage from that. Not 4.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Glad that I noticed that.
Hitting you.
Yeah, so sorry, go ahead, Aspen. I'm sorry.
I will stab at it with my spear. I don't have to throw that, right? I can just kind of like stab it.
Yeah, you can stab it. You can stab him.
18 spear.
18 hit. Yep, that hits.
Sweet. Is a 4.
So you stab the creature in front of you, and it just goes through them, and they just like they just keel over and die. They are not doing good, so doesn't take much.
Good to know.
Okay.
I'll try and stab some more then.
Is that your turn then?
Yeah.
Cool.
Scylla goes, no!
Yeah, you stab, and it kind of feels like you just stabbed paper. Like they're so weak and so thin, and like not much blood comes out. Honestly, like they're pretty bad off right now. All right, Xavier, are you still kind of chilling, hiding?
Yeah, I'm hiding. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Crow.
Nothing.
Wait, no. I almost forgot again. The Wendigo is going to make another strength check to try and escape. Maybe do better than 11 this time. It did. It's going to get to here. It can't do anything on its turn. However, Scylla, Aspen, and Crow, can you all make Constitution saving throws?
I prefer not to, but yes.
Not funny.
Alright, so Crow got a nat 20, Scylla got a 7, Aspen got a 9. Excellent. Alright, Scylla and Aspen, you feel yourselves going berserk. So while you're berserk, you must use your action and movement to move and attack a creature nearest you, other than the Wendigo. And if you have multiple targets, just attack at random. And then at the end of your turn, you can re-roll your save. Yeah, so you are both going berserk. You feel like you have to attack something. Scylla, you feel like you've felt this way before.
I was just gonna say, deja vu.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, now Crow, it is your turn. So Crow, you're not really affected by this. You kind of like you start to see Scylla and Aspen, like their eyes kind of glaze over, similar to what the people around the fire had the same effect. And it seems like they're starting to kind of like fidget and kind of go a little crazy.
Guess we're in the fight now.
Yeah.
Sweet experience if we don't fight.
Yeah.
Level 1 guiding bolt on the Wendigo.
Okay.
We got another dirty 20.
Dang, boy. Yep, it hits.
Yeah. Is that 46? Is that right?
Ooh.
Yeah, 46.
What kind of damage is this?
Radiant.
Nice.
So that's 4 damage. Double, well, with another 4 damage, 8.
8 damage?
Gave me 8.
My gosh. Okay, well, hey, that's still 8 damage.
I rolled poop.
So it pierces him, and he kind of screams again, but other than that, like, not much. Okay, is that your turn?
As a bonus action, can I, like, grab Aspen and pull her away?
Yes, so Aspen's definitely going to fight you, to try, like, she's not going to let you do it. So can you both roll strength checks to compete against each other?
I got a 16.
Okay.
Strength, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, so Crow, you can pull Aspen like 10 feet away.
Okay. That's what I do. I go over here.
I will say though, the Wendigo is going to try and like swipe at Aspen before she can get away. So yeah, he's gonna try and claw. Oh, and not 20. Well, let's see how much damage is gonna be.
What's happening tonight?
Yeah, like what's with all these 20s? All right, that's gonna be 15 points of piercing damage. And can you make a con saving throw, please?
Good thing I have 31.
Oh my gosh, no.
Well, I know my next turn.
Aspen, you take another.
No, it was a 4.
You take another 15 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm down to 1 HP.
Oh no!
You have more than 30 health?
I have 31.
Jesus. I only have a max of 23.
I rolled the dice and the dice were good, but not tonight apparently.
No. Okay, so yeah, that's Crow's turn.
I'm like hanging on by a thread.
Oh, but you're still berserk. Like you can't make another save from being hit. You're going crazy. In fact, if anything, you're angry at Crow for like you're kind of relating this damage from Crow, not from the Wendigo.
How much strength do I have? Aren't I just kind of like flopping like a dead fish at this
Yeah.
point?
Rami, what would you like to do? So Rami, you look behind you and you see Crow kind of pulling Aspen. This is all you can see really. You see Crow pulling Aspen, and Aspen like is bleeding really badly and is like flailing in Crow's arms.
Okay, alright, let's try something. I'm gonna make me become, you know, a potential victim of this.
Present.
I'm behind Crow. I'm going to cast Sleep.
On Aspen?
Huh?
On Aspen?
No, on the Wendigo.
Okay.
You
So-
can't sleep. I heard squeak.
Squeak.
No, it's
She doesn't have the Ring of the Gamorrean. Come on. And that's more than one letter, but
it's definitely within range, but like
so what you roll a dice, right? And then if it's under that HP, it will go to sleep.
yeah, let me just hit the sleep button and we can all look at that together because I don't know how to use utility spells.
I think that's how it works at least.
Okay, I can cast it at second level, I think.
Okay. Are you going to?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll go to sleep without it, so I'll
Alright.
try.
So roll 78.
Okay, 78. I'm just gonna do it at that. Okay.
34.
That's centered like on the Wendigo.
Yep. So you kind of like come up behind Crow and you like you produce this dust out of nowhere and you just like blow it and it doesn't like blow just like around Crow. It kind of like directs a line right at the Wendigo and it floops in its face. Wendigo kind of like shakes its head and sneezes. Does not seem to be affected.
Ah, well, that was a second level spell for nothing.
It's an area of effect, so it would affect everyone around them too.
Oh.
Yeah. Creatures
Well,
within
it's
20
centered
20 feet.
here.
Oh my, who is 20 feet away? Aspen, Crow, Scylla, this commoner.
So it goes with people who have the lowest current hit points first.
Oh, and then it
is out. One
So
HP.
Aspen gets
Yeah.
knocked out.
Alright, Aspen, you are asleep currently. That's 1 HP, so you have 33 more. The commoner is definitely out. So there's 19 more or 29 more. Scylla, how much HP do you have?
13.
Alright, you're out.
I'm up. I am 19, and that's more than enough to stay up.
You are fine. So all of a sudden, the commoner, Scylla, and Aspen get knocked out, but the Wendigo just is fine. Scylla, you're not berserk anymore, so that's good, and neither are you, Aspen.
Is it confused at least? Does it seem...
No, it looks fine.
Entangle drops because you can't concentrate while
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
You can't do anything.
I'm just napping on the cave floor.
Yep.
Oh crap.
Yeah, as far as I know, you stay asleep until someone, like, hits you or shakes you or something. Like, you're asleep.
Well, how am I supposed to roll my, Oh no, I still have 1 HP.
Yeah, you're not passed out, you're just sleeping. Like,
Okay.
you still have 1 HP, just like Scylla has their HP and all that.
Passed out in a different sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I mean, hey, that was kind of effective. Just... alright, it is the commoner's turns. It is the people's turn. I mean, the one's asleep, so that's that. The other ones, are kind of just, like, staying put. They're, like, kind of staying back, and they're, like, kind of whispering to each other. Like, they don't really seem like they're going to run up and attack anyone. They're kind of just, like, staying put, staying away, at the moment. So that's their turns, and then Scylla, you're sleeping, so we'll skip you. Glabagul is quivering, like usual. Top of the round, Aspen, you're sleeping. So it is Xavier's.
You're just sleeping.
Yep.
You have 1 HP. You're sleeping.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. That's good. I misunderstood.
Xavier, you're chilling still, right? You're not really not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the Wendigo's turn then. It's going to run up onto you, Ronnie.
Oh, that's what I wanted to avoid. awake.
I
Because-
guess you should have put everyone around you to sleep.
Crow is still awake. I can't blame Crow.
Because it saw you poof out that dust at it. It is gonna make 1 bite and 1 claw attack on you.
I don't think it should do that. I don't want it to do that. Really?
Does a 11 hit?
I don't think so.
Okay. How about a 17?
Oh yeah, that definitely hit.
Okay, so that's gonna be a claw. Gonna rake its claw on you, and you take 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Alright. I'm okay.
Oh dang, I missed out on a good opportunity for something. That's okay. Can you now? I will say, can you and Crow please roll a con saving throw, please, as you are close to the Wendigo.
15.
Oh, actually,
That's
Crow, you don't have to do it because you had already done this check.
Oh, okay.
15. Okay, you're just able to succeed, like, the influence of the Wendigo. You feel yourself kind of going crazy, but you're able to, like, kind of keep yourself from the effect. I will say, Xavier, you see this Wendigo now in its full glory in front of Crow and Rami. Just to point that out.
I shit myself.
Oh, okay, that's in canon now. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't undo it now. I said it.
Nope, you said it. All right, so yeah, that's gonna be its turn. Crow, what would you like to do?
Alright. This is actually big brain here.
Ooh.
Okay, as my action, I am going to cast. I'm not going to cast. I'm going to use Path to the Grave. So any creature, a creature within 30 feet of me is cursed until the end of my next turn. The next time me or an ally hits the creature with an attack, it's vulnerable to all attack damage. As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm going to create a floating spectral weapon right behind him
What's your weapon of choice?
to attack him. A mace. Just a normal looking mace. And I'm going to attack him with it. So I can attack when it shows up.
Yep, go ahead.
Does it have do I add anything to the roll? Is it my spell attack bonus?
It's I don't think so. It would have said it in the
Make
spell.
a melee spell attack against the creature from 5 feet on hit. Target weapon takes whichever form you want. Yeah, it just said make a melee spell attack.
Oh yeah, so then I guess
So-
yeah, use your spell.
So 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 1d8 plus my modifier, which is 3. So 1d8 plus 3.
What's the damage?
9 damage doubled, so 18. 18 magical, whatever, magical mace damage.
Doubled.
Yeah, because it's Path to the Grave.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's vulnerable to all of that weapons damage.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So the spectral mace kind of appears behind the Wendigo as you kind of like utter this curse in whatever language you choose. You want it to be like a different
My eyes
language?
just flare.
Huh?
My eyes just flare.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you don't even speak a word. Your eye just kind of like flare this like reddish green color, and like the same kind of color obscures the pupils of the Wendigo. And at the same time, you kind of whisper the spiritual weapon, and it just clangs into his back, and it does like severe damage. Like blood starts seeping out of like wounds that weren't there before from the Wendigo. Nice. That did some good damage. All right, so that's your turn. Scylla is passed out.
Just so you know, he's not vulnerable anymore. It's just until he gets it.
Okay. Well, that was still good.
Yeah.
All right, Silas passed out. The commoners are doing their thing. Top of the round, Aspen's passed out. Xavier, are you still chilling? You still running away? Okay. Wendigo. It's gonna try and make a bite and a claw attack at you, Crow. Now that you're doing some stuff. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
And then a nat 1. Well, I'll go ahead and roll that in a second. Okay, so that's gonna be 12 points of piercing damage, and can you make a con saving throw?
30-20.
Okay, so just 12 piercing for that, and then let me just go ahead and roll percentile dice. Okay, it just misses the second attack. Okay, so that is that's turn. Next up is Crow.
Wait, already?
Yeah, half the party's asleep or hiding. It's pretty much you and Rami.
Okay, well, luckily, spiritual weapon's not concentration.
Nope.
So I'm gonna cast Spirit of Faith on myself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy that spiritual weapon doesn't require concentration.
I'm increasing my AC to 20 now.
Yep.
And I'm gonna hit him in the back with my spiritual weapon. That was 21 to hit.
Yep.
And that deals 6 damage.
Still up, but it's looking pretty damaged, pretty hurt. All right, Ramsey.
All right. I'm going to.
I'm not looking good.
Did I
Who's
skip?
not looking good?
Gabrielle, did I skip you last round?
I don't. Did you?
I think I might have. Yeah, I think I did. So go do 2 rounds. I think I skipped you on accident.
Okay, what were you saying about not looking good?
I'm not looking good.
Neither am I. Well, I'm okay, I guess. I'm bloodied. How much HP do you have left?
6.
6.
Bit bloody there, eh?
I don't have blood. You just see scrapes.
Bit rusty there, eh?
Okay, well, for one of my actions, I'm going to disengage and give you Bardic Inspiration, I guess, as a bonus action.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to make myself inconvenient to get to. Well, I could just do it. Okay, so Bardic Inspiration for you, it is, what do I need to roll to do that?
I think yours is a D6 right now.
Yeah, D6. Oh boy, 6.
Dang, +6. All right, so yeah, use that whenever you'd like during this fight. Okay, so that's your first round that I had skipped on accident. What's your second?
I guess I'll do a Vicious Mockery because I don't really have much damage wise, so
That's a Wisdom check. Gets a 10.
yeah, that's a failure. Let's take that 1d4. That's 2 damage. So now you have Bardic Inspiration and advantage, I think.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Do it.
So we'll just skip everyone that's asleep or that's not working right now. So Crow, back to you. Sorry that half of you are asleep, but that wasn't my fault for the record.
Do I want to try to
Although this is really interesting that it's a 2-on-1 fight right now. I love this.
Do I want to use a spell? That's the thing.
Do you?
If I use a spell that's not concentration, I can still keep concentration on my Shield of Faith, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
Yeah, you just can't cast 2 concentration spells.
If you can heal yourself, then you can use that Bardic Inspiration for your healing, apparently.
can I?
Oh.
I have magical inspiration, so I guess.
Yeah, I think so, actually. I never thought about that.
Alright, I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
I mean,
It's
I'm not doing
4 plus 9, that's 13. Because it's 1d8 plus my spell casting, which is 3, plus the 6. So, 9. So, 13. Sweet! Back up.
Excellent.
So, pretty good.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And then I'm assuming spiritual weapon.
Yeah, it's spiritual weapon in the back.
And you have advantage on this hit.
Thank God for advantage. One of those was a natural one.
No.
23.
Yep, hits.
9 damage.
Whittling it down.
Wow. Can't believe I was actually pretty useful that round.
That was super useful.
I would hope you are, because it's just the two of you. Alright, Ramsey, it's your turn.
Alright, I guess I'll just keep insulting it. I don't really have a lot of damaging stuff, so...
I mean, Xavier is still up.
Does Xavier look like he's gonna do anything?
He's just shitting himself in the corner.
I mean, Lucas, let me know at any point if Xavier decides to, like, attack or anything. Or do anything.
I mean, I can try.
Alright, well, I will get to you on your turn then, if you want to do something.
Just standing there.
Yeah, oh, I forgot the Wendigo's turn, so let me go ahead and do that first, before Ramsey is your turn. Yeah, he's just gonna do another bite and claw attack on you, Crow.
Yep.
Where did I... Oh.
Has to get over a 20.
Yep. Alright, so that's a 15 to hit. And, 13 hits, so both miss. Alright, now it is your turn, Ramsey.
Hey, yeah, I'm just gonna viciously mock it again.
Alright.
Keep the advantage going. I mean, assuming I hit.
Wisdom save, that was a 12.
That does not make it. Did not make it.
Cool. So, go ahead and do damage, and they will have advantage. What? Hey, you're still whittling it down. And the advantage is what really is doing it. Okay, so we'll loop around. Xavier, is there something you wanted to do?
Breath weapon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it. Dex save, right?
Yeah.
It failed.
Woo.
So go ahead and do full damage. 6.
Whoa.
He is not looking good after that. You kind of shoot lightning out of your mouth after like kind of waiting around. You're finally like, you know what? No, I want to do some damage to it. I want it to be gone at this point. And so you do damage, and it really hurts. It's like kind of like it like you see static kind of forming on its body after like the aftershock of what you just did. It is still standing, but it's not looking good. It's looking pretty hurt. Okay, so that was your turn, Crow.
So with that -1 to the mace that I had before, like if I attack now, it's just my attack -1.
Yeah, that -1 is permanent.
I want to attack with the mace or cast another spell. I've used a lot of spells. I'll attack more mace.
Okay. You have advantage.
23.
Yep. Hits.
D6 plus 2. So 5 points of damage, and then spiritual weapon attack.
You don't need to worry about it. With the 5 points of damage, you're able to kind of cleave its head in with your mace, and it falls down to the ground dead. As you kill it, as it kind of falls down, you notice. Well, I guess no one really notices immediately, but like if you were to look around the corner, you would notice that the commoners that have been kind of going crazy, they seem to kind of like stop and kind of look around, confused a little bit, and I'll say like those of you that are asleep kind of like wake up at this point, like you get shaken awake.
We'll just go around now.
Yeah. And the one that's close to you, Sila, the one that's been he's the one that's been talking to you. That was trying to talk to you at least. You kind of see like he looks around, and you can see his eyes are clear, and he kind of looks to you, and like a really raspy voice, like a voice that's been like kind of disused and like you've been screaming this whole time and everything. He kind of whispers, "Are we free?"
Actually, I don't want to wake up this guy.
Oh, well then I guess he doesn't say that.
Everyone else, like these 3 over here, they're awake, but this guy's still asleep.
All right. Well, they're all confused. Like they're looking
I'm
around.
gonna wake up and be like, "What happened?"
You took a short rest. Regain your HP. No.
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 She wasn't asleep for an hour, you silly.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah, I guess the ones that are by the fire definitely like kind of look around confused, and one of them kind of like whispers like the same question I was just saying, like, are we free?
I guess so.
And
We
like
killed the monster.
one of them kind of like they all step forward, but like one of them is like brave enough to like kind of walk over here, and they kind of like walk this way, and they like look both ways, notice that they like can get this far, and then book it, and his buddies kind of follow.
Well, we get to keep this one that's still asleep.
Yeah, what are you doing with this person?
I would assume his friends woke him up and took him with them, but
Nope.
no.
They're not
Okay.
friends. He's ours now.
Let's
They
go.
are ours now.
Booked it.
I say this evilly with malicious intent, and I pick him up because his frail body only weighs very little.
Oh my gosh.
I think we should just keep walking.
You just gonna leave him asleep there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm taking him with me. I'm pulling him.
Can I
You're
swear
pulling
the
him?
dying on the one that Aspen killed?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
Completely dead. Like skewered.
Alright, I'll decompose him.
Thank you.
Wait.
I would also try to decompose the Wendigo, but I feel like it would just fall apart into some sticks and bones.
Yeah, no, it's basically like brittle bones and like rotten meat. So Ramsey, you're just pulling this guy on the ground. How are you doing this?
Is there like a board or something? I don't know, some wood. It looks like there might be some wood by this fire.
There's some like rotten wood and barrels. Yeah, like you probably could get a board.
Is there
Yeah,
anything?
I'm board and drag him.
Is there anything in the barrels? I just like walk over with Paige on my shoulder.
Yeah,
and
Pidge's been
start
chilling.
rifling through everything.
You kind of look through it for a few minutes and you don't see anything of note. But as you're kind of looking around in that area, and Aspen, you're kind of like pulling a board out from one of these barrels and like kind of maneuver it so it's under this guy who's just snoring. You kind of hear footsteps from behind, and coming from around the corner that Aspen, you did, or not Aspen, Ramsey, you didn't notice him before. This Darrow comes around, and he's like, well done. I have to say you handled that pretty well for just the two of you. The rest of you did a fair good job, I would say.
Thanks.
Well,
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself before. I'm glad that you didn't just start attacking me. My name is Y. I am. Well, I'm a friend. Don't worry. I'm not here to harm you or anything like that. I was just wondering, who might you all be?
Interesting question.
I'm just asking for your names.
Oh, our name. I am Ramsey.
Ramsey?
I thought your name was Waffles.
Huh, that's weird. Where'd you get that idea? Anyway, this is Crow, Aspen, Phila, and everyone else.
I'm Glabagool.
Group of people, so I introduced everyone.
Yep.
I much prefer the way you just say and everyone else.
Yeah. Everyone else.
And each going around introducing everyone.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, Y kind of like nods his head to everyone as you say their names, and he goes, "Oh well, it's very nice to meet all of you. Well, I was just passing through. Actually, I kind of just ended up here actually, and I was gonna make my way along. I kind of can only teleport once a day, so it's a little bit of a struggle when I go to the wrong place. But I heard a commotion. I thought I would kind of stand back and watch, and you guys handled that Wendigo pretty well, actually. I'm impressed.
What does Y look like?
He's a Darrow, so he's kind of like this. Oh yeah. So they're deep gnomes basically. They're kind of like dwarves, but like a darker skin. This one has like very wild white hair, kind of flowing behind him. he's holding a staff that he's kind of using as like a walking stick. Although you can definitely tell even without using like a detect magic that it's magical. And he has like a knapsack behind him, and it looks like it's pretty full. And yeah, but he kind of looks older. Like he definitely has like a lot of wrinkles on his face. And he looks pleasant. Like he doesn't look like you can feel the power coming off of him, but he doesn't seem menacing. Like he's not really acting like he's going to attack you in any way. He's just like conversational. And yeah, other than that, you notice that there's like a necklace with like an eye pendant on it on his around his neck, and yeah, like the staff that he's holding has like these like kind of green gems along like the eyes of like a snake like carving. But yeah, so I just happened to drop by, and you handled yourselves all pretty well. I would like to know what are you doing here? You don't really seem. I mean, it's obvious you're not from the Underdark. Is there anywhere in particular you're heading?
Honestly, I think our biggest priority right now is curing our horrible fungus disease, actually. If you know anything about that.
A fungus disease, you say? Do you mind if I check one of you out? If I look at you?
Yeah, oh my gosh, what's his name? Stool? No, not Stool. The Drow.
Oh, Sereth?
Sereth, yeah. I go, Sereth, why don't you let him take a look since you've got things going on?
Sure. I suppose. So Sereth kind of like walks up and lets that's why kind of like Y's pretty small, like pretty short. So like Sereth has to kind of stoop down on his knees, and Y just kind of gently like tips his chin up so that he can like look up his nose, and then tips his head to the side and to the other side to look at his ears, and he goes, yes. And then he takes the staff and he kind of like lightly taps Sereth's head, and the eyes kind of glow for a second. He goes, all right then. Well, it appears as though you all have a form of madness.
Yeah, that checks out.
Oh, so you've heard?
A little bit.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily gonna be the easiest thing to cure, but I'm sure if you get to, well, let me think. If we're here, he kind of like he like takes off the knapsack and sets it down, opens it up, and starts kind of rifling through it a little bit, and like those that are closer to him, like kind of notice that there's a lot of books inside of it. He's kind of rifling through it. He like pulls out a paper. He goes, yes, and he opens it up, and you notice that there's like a map of tunnels. And he goes, okay, so we're probably right here. You're close to Gracklestug. Is that the direction you were meaning to head to?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you are heading the right direction for the most part. I would say that's probably your best bet. Although Slubadop seems to be the closest to you. You might be able to find a mage there that can help you. But why are you making those noises? Have you been to Slubadop? Were they not able to help you?
I heard that something went down there, right? Is that where you came from? Right?
Yeah, I heard something pretty cool.
We walked by there, and the whole village seemed to be underwater.
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of destruction. I think there was like a tsunami or something.
Okay.
Not prepared for visitors right now.
Ramsey, can you roll a deception check with advantage as like everyone's kind of helping you spin this like half truth?
Okay, let's see. Where are you, Deception? There you are.
25. Wow. So I'm assuming that's a nat 20 since it's green. Yeah, you say this, and why like his eyebrows quirk, and he's all right then. I'll make sure I check it out next time I come by. Seems like that's really interesting. Usually the Dark Lake doesn't flood like that. I'll have to check it out. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry that it wasn't really helpful for you. Well, then in that case, Gracklestug is your best bet. I'm sure they have a mage there. I think last time I was there definitely was. Hold on one second. And he kind of rifles through his bag again. He pulls out another. This one's kind of like a smaller booklet. He kind of leaves through it and he goes, yes. There definitely is someone from my order that can help you. Let me see what his name was again. been a while since I've been to Gracklestug myself, and I know one of my compatriots would be able to help you. Let me just see here. Mason, can you please help?
What order do you belong to?
Oh, I am part of the Society of Brilliance. Have you heard of them?
Have I heard of them?
Roll a history check.
11 plus 2, 13.
Mason, can you please? You've definitely heard the name before, though you don't really know what the organization is. They're not really secretive, but they're just like, kind of you need to know kind of a thing.
Are they like ancient?
They've been around for a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
So he kind of looks around and he goes, "Oh, yes. I'm sure you would be able to find Skris. His name is Skris. Skriss. He is part of our society, and I unfortunately don't know much about the trade of curing madnesses and illnesses. However, Skris is definitely one to talk to about that. He can definitely help you when you're if you happen to be going to Gracklestug.
I just say, okay, thanks.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Huge help. Thank you.
Oh, well, actually, I was wondering if you'd be able to help me. You seem like you were all pretty capable after watching that fight, and well, I'm sorry, I've been kind of rude. I am part of the Society of Brilliance. We are an organization that's been around for quite a long time in the Underdark. We're on the hunt for information, and I was wondering if you would be able to help me find some information if we were to ever cross paths again. I'm specifically looking for anything magical based. We've heard that there's like a demonic incursion happening, and anything that you found relating to demons, I would very much appreciate it if you could let me or one of my compatriots know. That would be very great. We're trying to figure out why there's demons in the Underdark and try and eradicate them.
We found a church not too long ago.
A church, you say? How do you know it was a church? What's that have to do with the demons?
Because they wrote in Undercommon on the wall of the shack. It says, "Take shelter in our church of good faith and let the demon lords protect you."
That's interesting. Okay. Where was this church? Do you remember?
On the other side of whatever the town we were in.
Slubidov? Yeah.
Yeah. It's on the other side of that town.
Okay. Well, when I go visit it, I will make sure to look for this church. I'm very curious. Is there any other? Have you noticed any other demonic?
Sarah, can you show them on your map?
Yeah, Sarah definitely kind of like gives him a bit more directions. He's saying like it's about 2 days away from Slubidop on the way from Valkenvalve. So he goes, "Oh yes, I know that area pretty well. Yeah, I'll go ahead and look at it when I cross it next." Is there anything else that you've encountered so far?
Not really, but if you heard anything about demons, that would be something I think that would be good for us to know too. Maybe it'll help us look out for the right kind of stuff.
Oh, well, of course. As we are seeking information, we also do share our intelligence as well. It's definitely, especially for those that are helping us, I wouldn't mind giving you information. Unfortunately, I do not possess that information as of right now. I'm just starting off. We just disbanded from our meeting, and we started to teleport around the Underdark to try and figure out if we've seen anything. Unfortunately, I kind of ended up here. Wasn't exactly the location I was trying to get to, but it's okay. I'll try again tomorrow. But I'm really glad that I was able to run into you all. I'm actually surprised that it kind of must have been fate that I was to have passed paths with you. And the guy looks at all of you in turn, and he goes, "Would you mind letting me know what your specialty is, just so I can keep in my head to look out for anything for all of you? I would like to give you a gift as a token of my appreciation for this help that you're giving me." So he's basically asking you like for your classes, if you're willing to tell him.
Oh yeah, I would tell him. I'm a bard. I love barding, as they say.
You love barding?
And then I say, actually, in my study of demons, because I'm big on studying such things, I learned some infernal, but I hear that there's other languages that they speak as well that I'm trying to work out.
Oh, well, yes, actually, that is definitely something that we have looked into. I have some ideas for. You might be able to also talk to Skriz about that. He definitely has a little bit of knowledge as well. We all have a little bit of knowledge as far as the demons and their languages. Although he's a bit more. Well, let me see if I can help you with something. Is there anything in particular you want to know? I don't know if I could teach you the language per se, but was there something that you wanted to know how to say or to read?
Maybe if you just have a good resource on. You said you have a lot of books, so maybe you have something on that.
Let me see here. He kind of like rifles through them. He goes, no, no, no. Oh, maybe, no. Ah, wait, hold on one second. And he kind of like pulls out another sheet of paper. This one looks like pretty crumpled and pretty old. He goes, this might help. We had come across some text that seems to have been written from a priestess of Lolth, I believe. Ah, yes, Lolth. That is the spider demon lord. You know, to make it simple to understand. Not that I'm saying you don't understand.
She's a demon lord.
Lolth. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead and roll a history check to see if like Lolth rings any bells.
No, I just, as a player, I didn't think she was a demon lord. I thought she was just the spider queen.
Yep, she's a demon lord.
Okay.
That's Lord Demon Spider Queen to you.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes. So yes, we found some scripts from Priestess of Lolth, and we were able to decipher some of it. So I wouldn't mind. I would very much like to keep the original, but if you would like to transcribe this, I'm fine with waiting a few minutes for you to be able to do that. And he hands you. It's not a complete cipher, but it's much more than you've been able to put together. So this could drastically help you in translating the book that you have.
Oh, heck yeah, I'm gonna copy this down real good.
Yeah, so that's going to take like 10 minutes probably, like 10, 15 minutes to be able to copy it. It's just the one sheet, but again, it's like probably half of the alphabet, so it's a very, very big step for you. So yeah, while Ramsey is copying this down, does anyone do anything else, or you just kind of like sit there and act casual?
I'll go next. I go up to him and I'm like, I just kind of like slide it next to him and be like, hello. Well, if you want to know about specialties, I'm a ranger, technically. Gloom Stalker subclass, and my goal is to get back to the forest and out of this underground hellhole.
Oh, I suppose you all are probably trying to get out of the Underdark. Well, I don't personally know. I know that there are exits. I don't know where exactly. Let me think. There might be one. Maybe one in Blindenstone. That might be your best bet to go to. Let me see here. Is there anywhere closer? No, not Blindenstone. I was wrong. Gonselgrim. Gonselgrim would be the place that you'd want to head to. And Eldith perks up and she goes, "Oh, that's where I'm from." Oh, yes. Gonselgrim would have an underground passage that used to be used pretty heavily to try and get between there and some other locations that are in the Underdark. It's quite a ways away from where you guys are. But that would probably be your best bet, is to be able to get back to the surface. I don't know of any other places to necessarily leave from.
Is there a way to get there faster, perhaps?
I'm afraid it would take some pretty heavy magics to be able to get there. I mean, I can get there within a day, but unfortunately, it's not something that I can teach. I'm really sorry. I wish I could.
Say thank you, and I step back.
Well, of course.
If he asks me about my specialty, I'll be like, I'll give him the Taken speech where like I have a particular set of skills, and I'll do it in like the other voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely is looking at you with interest, but he doesn't comment about it. He goes, "Oh, well, very, very interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen a Warforged, so I'm actually really happy to have made your acquaintance."
So you've seen another one?
Oh, yes, of course. I've seen a few of them, actually. It's been a while, though.
May I ask their location?
Well, let's see. It's been a long. It's been quite a. Probably been like 50 years since I've seen one. Let me see. Well, I know for a fact. He's kind of like just standing there thinking for a second. I think Gontalgrim did have one at some point. I believe the king had a personal aide that was a warforged. There might have been one in Menzo Baranzan too, if I remember correctly. Oh, I doubt that one's still alive. Oh, you know what? I know where I saw some. It was in the Labyrinth. That's where it was. I believe they're even still alive.
In the Labyrinth?
Ah, yes. There's a area in the Underdark that we call the Labyrinth. It is it's a labyrinth. That's best way to describe it. Best way to name it. It's a very, very large area of mazes and tunnels that have quite a few secrets that our society's been interested in. I do remember passing a Warforged at some point. This was quite a few years back, maybe even 100. But I do remember there being a Warforged, and he looks pretty brand new. So
we passed that on our way to Breckelstein. What was it called again?
Breckelstein.
Yeah, I was close.
You could. It is on the way. However, it is a pretty dangerous area. You could get lost in there, and I could show you the, if you have a map on you, or
Barrett, show him the map.
We just drag Gareth over every time we need him to show him something. Apparently just shove him away when you're done.
Well, I unfortunately don't have a map of the Labyrinth. I've never even heard of it, actually. I only have a map of the area around the Dark Lake. That's as much as I know. Why kind of nods and goes, I understand. Well, if you head over to Gracklestug and you meet with no, not Skriz. If you meet with Skriz, he might be able to help you as well. Might be able to find a map of the Underdark while you're in Gracklestug. It's a pretty big town. So might be able to find one there. I'm sorry, it would take you a while to transcribe my map, and might be a little confusing for you. I don't necessarily keep it linear. I kind of jump back and forth between places, so I only keep the important locations on hand. But yes, if you go to Gracklestug, which seems like you're going in that direction anyway, should be able to meet with Skriz, and he'll be able to help you out with that. I'm sorry that I can't help you myself. After Ramsey, you finish your copying the cipher down on the piece of paper. You hand it back to him, and he thanks you, and he goes, well, I probably should head out. I don't want to keep you all anymore. He starts to make a step or two away, but then he kind of stops and goes, oh, wait a second. I might have one more thing for you. And he takes his bag back off and kind of rifles through it. And he turns to you, Ramsey, and he goes, as a token of good faith, and hopefully to kind of incentivize you all into helping this Society of Brilliance, I would like to give you a token of, good faith, and also just to hopefully help you along in your adventure. And Ramsey, he hands you this.
Ooh.
So for player knowledge, it is an instrument of the bards. And yeah, he kind of hands this to you and goes, yes, we've actually held this for quite some time, and I've done a lot of research on it. It is a special instrument that can create quite the music. You seem to be musically inclined yourself, which is why I thought that you might be able to use that more than myself. It does have quite a bit of power in it. It has quite a few spells that we've been able to decipher from it. Although it kind of seems as though you might be able to get more out of it than what it shows now. So I thought, if you would like, I'll hand it to you, and my only request is that if you do find out more about this instrument, please let us know.
Thank you. I will keep this with me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Admiring the instrument.
And he nods his head and heads off. Yeah. So Gabrielle, congratulations! You have the first magical weapon.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited.
So you'll have to attune to it, but you obviously haven't attuned to anything yet at this point. So, this will be your first thing you've had. But yeah, so you have that now. Yeah, so he kind of walks off, and you all decided that this is probably the best place to rest for the night. There's already a fire, which you haven't had a fire in quite a while. So you decide to just like kind of end here for the night since you were already going to be resting in like an hour or so anyway. I'll just go ahead and say that you all do your watches and nothing really happens during them. But I will ask if there's anything that you would want to do during your watches. So, Sila, is there anything that you do during your watch?
Nope, I'm a little groggy, so I'm
Yeah.
not super alert.
Yeah, you slept, but like it wasn't good sleep; it was magical sleep. So you're like more tired than you were before because of it. So yeah, you stay awake, but you're pretty tired. Okay, so that was you. Crow, is there anything that you do during the night?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep an eye on Sarah just for the thing.
Yep, you do notice it.
Okay. I don't mention it again though.
Okay. Ramsey, is there anything that you do?
I'm gonna use my new cipher to help translate my book. Yeah!
All right, go ahead and roll an Arcana check with advantage. As now you have this cipher available.
18.
18. So you are able to decipher the rest of the first page, and as you're kind of so you're excited, like you're actually able to get a few more letters written down on your cipher page at this point. So you have about like 75% of the cipher. So like you can almost for sure translate the whole book now. Like you're close. I mean, it's still gonna take time to translate it, but you're able to get the first page down because of this. And the first page says, "Book of the Demon Lords, Adventures and Information." And then on the bottom, it kind of has like this like script on it that says, "Property of." But then it's like kind of smeared, so you can't really understand what the name is. Like you can see it was a name at one point, but it's been smeared. I will give you this last little bit because you would have been able to translate that. You had most of it translated anyway, so that like that only took like probably an hour or two to translate. You were able to translate like half of the second page, like more like the title of the chapter, and the title of the chapter is "The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces." So yeah, that's what you do during your watch. Aspen, is there anything that you do before you go to sleep or when you wake up?
I just kind of stare at the ceiling some more.
Okay. And then Xavier, is there anything that you do during your watch?
Cry and clean myself off.
Excellent. Yep. Okay, yeah, so you guys wake up, you feel refreshed. Ramsey, you are excited. And yeah, you start heading out.
Long rest.
That was a long rest, yep. So you travel for a few more days. I'll speed it along a little bit. You travel for a few more days, and really nothing happens too much. Like it's pretty self-explanatory. Like you just kind of travel for the 8 or 10 hours, and then rest. Travel again for a few more miles and rest. Seems like you're kind of in a rhythm at this point. I will say you do finally kind of reach a tunnel that leads back to the Dark Lake. And Sarah kind of informs you that you are now on the other side of Slubadop. So you're pretty far away from Slubadop at this point, but you are going around the Dark Lake. So he kind of mentions that like you will see the Dark Lake off and on for the rest of the journey because Gracklstuga is near the Dark Lake. So you're near the Dark Lake at this point. And yeah, is there anything that you guys do during your rests or while you're traveling? I'll go ahead and go down the list again. Xavier, is there anything that you do over the next couple days while traveling?
Do we stop anywhere?
Yeah, you stop every time to rest for the night.
I think I'm gonna just like try to find hidden treasure. Anything special?
Yeah, you guys don't really find catches like you did like in this encounter. Although if you want, go ahead and roll a survival check to try and like forage for more mushrooms and stuff to get more food. Because at this point, you all would have used up 12 pounds of food per day, and you traveled for 3 days, so you would have used 36 pounds of food at this point. Okay, Xavier, you would have found another 16 pounds of food over the course of those 3 days.
Hooray!
So, yeah, just make sure. Let me think about this for a second. Everyone that has food on their person, remove 6 pounds of food from whatever you have for your number. And then Xavier, you can add the 16. Just make sure you remove 6 as well. Does that make sense?
We'll just put 10.
Yeah. You could just add 10. Everyone else that has food on them, remove 6.
Is it rations?
Yeah, they're rations.
So add 10 rations.
You can add 10, and then everyone else subtract 6 from what they have. If you don't have a number written down, it's okay. I'm averaging you sharing rations with those numbers.
I have 23 rations.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to know kind of how much rations you guys all have. So you have 23. Sila, do you have any rations?
Yep, I've got 8 left.
8 left. Okay. Aspen, do you have rations?
16 for when we were mushroom foraging.
Okay. Yep. Ramsey, do you have any rations?
I don't think so, but I'm double checking my pack. I don't have any rations.
I'll share some of my mushrooms with everyone.
Yeah, that I am. I think I was expecting you to not have any rations, Ramsey. So yeah, between Ramsey and the other NPCs, that's why I said 6 and not 3 for the 3 days. I was kind of expecting you all to be sharing your rations. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about that then. And then Dana, can you just like write down a note or something to have Pidge get rid of 6 as well? Because I know he had some rations.
In my mind, during this whole fight and what we've been doing, he's been chilling with a Glabaghoul, teaching him curse words.
Yes, I can definitely see that too. It's either chilling with Glabaghoul saying curse words or sitting on Crow's shoulder like he usually does.
Just yelling, fuck!
Yep. and Glabaghoul's just like, oh, fuck! I like that word. When do I use it?
Oh.
And
fuck!
Yep. He's like, oh, okay, fuck! And that's all you hear for like that entire day's travel. It's just both of them saying fuck over and over again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so...
I'm more and more convinced his personality is just like Olaf.
Yes. Kind of. A little bit stupider of an Olaf, but yeah.
Stupider.
Yeah. Okay, so Xavier, you were foraging, you found some good stuff. Sila, is there anything that you do over the next couple days of traveling?
I mean, I'm gonna keep up my friendship with Eldith.
Okay, yeah. A lot of the travel, she definitely is like talking to you, like since Gonsalgrim was mentioned, she kind of like is alive again. Like it feels like she's kind of like awake almost, so she's excited. And she tells you stories about Gonsalgrim, about how big of a city it is. That's a huge dwarven city. It's like an empire of its own. And that there definitely are trade routes between Gonsalgrim and other cities. And she's just so excited to be able to get back there. And you know, she shares a lot of tales with you about like life there and everything.
That's nice.
Why don't you roll a history check to see if you know Gonsalgrim, if you've heard of it?
Sure. History.
Because she says that like it is above ground, like it's kind of both above and below. 7. You don't necessarily know. Like it's not along the coast of the Sword Coast, so you never really heard of it, but it makes sense what she's talking about, like that it would be a big trade hub. You kind of feel bad that you've never heard of it, but like, do you kind of let on that you've never heard of it, or are you like just agreeing with her and like letting her kind of go on and on about it.
No, I mean, I think I'll let her know that I haven't heard of it, but like in the spirit of encouraging her to talk about it if it makes her happy to talk about it.
Oh yeah, she tells you anything that you're interested in. Like she'll give you any information that she knows. So with that knowledge, I will say if and when it comes up, you will have advantage on history checks with Gonsel Grimm because she definitely tells you a lot about the city.
Okay, let me make a note of that so I don't forget.
Definitely.
I wonder if she knows about the passage above ground.
Over the course of the couple days while she's thinking about it, she definitely will mention to Scylla that she remembers there being a main trade route to the Underdark because there was a city that they used to trade with quite frequently in the Underdark. She never went down it herself, but she does remember there being one. So once you guys get there, she might be able to figure it out. Okay, so that's you. Pitch isn't here, so I'm not going to worry about that. Crow, is there anything that you do over the next couple days?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Ramsey, is there anything that you do? I can guess what one of them is, but...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tune the instrument first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If I have time, then I should probably work on my book.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll
when no one's looking.
Yeah. Roll 3 more Arcana checks. Yeah, you
I don't care if you see. No, I don't show. You don't see like the words. You can see the cover maybe. But anyway, I'm rolling Arcana.
Yep, 3 more with advantage. 11. Okay. Roll 2 more.
Oh, 2 more.
Yeah, it's between the 3 knights.
I'm a good listener.
Oof. Okay. Oh yeah, it's with advantage. Okay, so 16, 18, and nat 20. Nice. Over the course of the 3 nights, you are able to decipher quite a bit more of this like first chapter. It's a fairly thick book, and it seems like there are quite like you kind of leaf through it the first night just to see like if you can at least figure out if it's like several chapters or like what kind of a format it is. It does seem like there seems to be 16 chapters over the course of this book, and you are able to get let me know like what would you want to just decipher as much as you can of the first chapter, or would you want to know like the titles of the chapters? Like what are you focusing on over the three nights?
I'm gonna go for the titles of the chapters.
Okay. You're gonna be able to get 3 more titles then. So you'll get chapters 2, 3, and 4. Over the course of the 3 nights. You can decipher a chapter's title per night, basically. So the first chapter was The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces. The second chapter is Masfroth's Mighty Digressions. And I'll actually type all this out for you, too, if you would like.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll type it once I say it. But chapter 2 is Masfroth's Mighty Digressions. I can't say that word for some reason. Chapter 3 is Book of the Raven. And then chapter 4 is A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Aspen, is there anything that you do over the next couple days?
Make like a nature check and just see what's around.
Yeah, go ahead. 19. So as you're foraging and as I should say as Xavier's foraging, you kind of point out you like figure like you focus a bit more over the course of Xavier's foraging. I'll say like you help him along with it. You actually are able to kind of figure out a little bit more about the flora and fauna of this area with Sereth's help. So first of all, you are able to identify that like bluish like translucent mushroom that Ramsey has. Mm-hmm. You are able to figure out with Sereth's help that is called it's a water orb. That's what it's called. It could be used as a gallon of water. It holds like a lot of water basically, so you can like wring it out, and it tastes kind of like earthy, so it's not like the greatest water. But if you were to wring out a bunch of them, you can get like about a couple pounds worth of water from like a bunch of mushrooms. I would just say, and you definitely like look around like more frequently to try to find them, and you see them in clusters every now and then. So you would have been able to like probably over the next 3 days, you would have gotten just enough water to like keep everyone okay over those 3 days, to, like, you know, keep them without going thirsty.
Let's say I took the spell Goodberry, so whenever
Oh.
we need those, or when we need food, they only last 24 hours, so I haven't used it yet, but if we're in dire straits...
That's still really good.
During that time that we were not doing, well, just traveling, I would change one of my spells.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you've traveled for 3 days. This is the 4th night at this point. You've traveled the 4th day, and again, nothing really crazy happens. You're able to kind of get through this day's travel without too much issue. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys roll for another perceptions for each of you. So hold on. So first up is going to be Aspen. Go ahead and roll a perception check, and Crow, you can as well.
9.
Okay, and 19. Crow, you're kind of busy, like, learning this new spell, preparing for it. Aspen, yeah, you don't really see much. Is there anything that you do during your watch?
I don't think I rolled yet. Hold on, my character sheet wouldn't come up, but
that was a nature check that I looked at.
Yeah.
Whoops.
16.
16. Yeah. I'll like you're watching, and nothing really seems to be coming up. Is there anything that you do during your watch?
Just chill.
Sila, go ahead and roll a perception. And same Crow.
Ooh.
5.
Well,
12. Yeah, you neither of you notice anything. Is there anything that you do, Sila?
Oh no, sorry.
You're okay. Okay, so that is your turn.
Alright, I've hit the perception. 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Crow?
that one.
Yeah, you are spacing tonight for some reason. But Ramsey, Stool comes over to you, and kind of like, you could tell he's only talking to you right now. He goes, can you come check something out with me?
Sure.
I just
to come check stuff out with
I hear some noises, and I would like you to be there with me, because I feel like something's happening around the corner. I just would like you to look at it with me.
Should I wake up someone else to come with us too?
Well, I'm not I want to get a little closer, because I think no, not yet. Just we won't go too far, I promise. I just need to get a little closer, and I don't want to go by myself.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be sneaky about it. Let's be sneaky about it, Stool.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Well, that's
12.
not the worst it could be.
Yeah, you feel sneaky enough. Yeah, you kind of sneak forward a little bit, and not too far forward. Like you still can see the rest of the party fine. Stool goes, wait right here. I sense something. Wait, is that what I think it is? And he starts to like float forward. Do you stop him, or like he starts to go without you?
I'm gonna follow Stool silently and hope that this is good.
Okay. He kind of notices after, like, it's just a little farther along. Like, again, you can still see them, but it's kind of a little harder to see the like little light that is coming off of everyone's across the camp. But still kind of realize that you're still following. And he goes, I hear rapport spores. I hear my home spores. I think there's some myconids around.
Oh, that's so good. That's good news.
Yeah, we're pretty far from Neverlight Grove. I'm surprised that there's myconids. Oh my gosh, I might be near home. Like, not home, but like near a settlement. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm really excited, but like, we probably should wake everyone up. I don't want to go by myself, but I'm so excited. I want to go so bad. Can we wake everyone up?
How much longer do we have before it's like the long rest?
It's like 3 hours from everyone waking up, so it's kind of early. Like everyone's gonna be pretty tired. I mean, I really want to go. I'm gonna go. I would like it if you guys met my friends, my family, but like that's okay if you don't. I just really want to go. I want to see them. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on at home.
Okay, I'll come with you. We'll have to go back and tell them what's going on, but I'll come with you right now and we can check it out and just, confirm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. So you head over. You head out, and as you get closer, you do start to hear something. And Soul's just like vibrating with excitement. Like he's you could actually tell like he's talking, possibly. Like you can't really hear him, but you see him like making movements that he usually makes when he's talking. So you're assuming he's probably talking to his friends. But then he stops, and he like shaking, but like his nervous shake. He doesn't seem to want to like move any farther.
What is it, Stool? What's up?
I've been talking through our rapport spores with my family, and it is my family. I mean, at least part of my family. Like we're all family. But anyway, they're in danger. They're getting attacked right now. I don't like they don't know what it is that's attacking them, but there's a lot of them, and there's like a big thing that's kind of leading them. Oh, I don't want them to die.
Oh no, okay, I gotta go. We gotta go back and wake everyone up then.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
And we're gonna wake everyone up, and we're gonna go save Stool's family.
Okay, yeah, so you wake everyone up. Everyone, you're really tired. You were not supposed to be woken up this early. But you, I mean, yeah, do you guys wake up?
Stool's family is in danger, I yell.
Oh, I wake up. It's Stool. He's my baby.
Yep. Please hurry.
The most important character in the D&D is in danger.
Please hurry. I think my family's in trouble. Like they're being attacked right now, and they're just a little farther up. And oh my gosh, I can't believe I found them. But like,
I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, no, you don't. Like, please
I'm saying similar things. Oh no, Stool's family is in danger. This way, everyone. We need to go save them. I jump up, looking pretty bleary-eyed, kind of got some snot and some dry drool, and I'm like, we gotta rescue Stool's family!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm already dashing.
All right. As you kind of all start running, and Stool's kind of in the lead with this run, you come around and you start to notice that like there's a lot more mushrooms in this area. And as you turn the corner, the first thing you notice, besides even what's going on, is there are these very, very large mushrooms in this like kind of like crossroads between a couple tunnels. But you notice, yeah, actually, are you guys stealthing?
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay.
But I probably...
yeah.
I don't know, are we stealthing? I'm kind of following everyone else's energy.
It sounds like you all are like gung-ho running for it.
I think we were all just kind of sprinting.
Okay.
I keep up with everyone else.
We were all very...
Yeah. Alright, you guys are sprinting. As you round the corner, you notice these giant mushrooms, but then like immediately after, you see this. Several myconids are being attacked by these ape-like creatures, and then this giant orange ape seems to be behind them shouting orders at them, and they all turn to you, and I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh, man.
Alright, first up then is going to be Aspen.
Ooh. Okay, so all the is everything an enemy?
What was that?
Is everything on the screen an enemy?
I mean the mushrooms are myconids, and one of them's dead.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just a little thrown off because in my mind I pictured Stool like a lot cuter than that.
okay, they are cuter. That's just the token I found to work. Okay. So they are cuter than that. Trust me.
So I'm gonna move up to here and then attack this one in vengeance for Stool's family, and I will use my spear again.
A 14 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, 14 to hit. That hits.
Sweet. Okay, so gonna roll my. So that does 6 piercing damage, and I forgot this last time because I have Dread Ambusher.
Ooh.
Now I can make an additional weapon attack.
Okay.
So I have to roll again, I guess, to see if it hits.
Yeah. You said 6 damage, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Roll percentage dice.
What's it?
Because that was in that one.
Oh no!
It's red.
Fuck. Okay. 57.
57. Yeah, you just missed the second one. So you kind of like, you're not used to being able to go faster with your weapon attacks, so like you kind of like miss it because you're still trying to get used to like being able to do this much at once.
I guess.
All right, Ramsey.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna run up right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I am beside you, and from here I'm going to viciously mock the creature, and, actually, wait a second. Yeah, let's try a hand crossbow. Let's give that a go.
Ooh. 21, nice. Which one are you hitting? Yeah, that hits.
I got a yeah, okay, that. And then that is, and then I'll give inspiration to whoever's going after me.
Next up will be Crow. How much is he hitting? Oh, 1.
Uh-oh.
Woo.
What?
All right, Crow, you have 1 inspiration.
Don't spend it all in one play.
All right, Crow, what's up?
It's magical, right?
It's magic.
There's quite a few enemies here.
There are quite a few.
Do we have any AoEs?
I don't. Actually, I mean, I do. No, I don't.
I only have Entangle.
And for the record, the really big mushrooms are like you can't get you have to go around them. They're like trees.
Do we climb them?
You can, but it'd be difficult terrain technically.
Hold the dead on this one, and I'll spare the dying on that.
He's dead. You do try to spare the dying, but like he doesn't get up.
Fine.
Okay. Wisdom
Over
save.
there.
Yep, fails.
Yay! Has it taken damage yet?
It has.
Cool. At 1d12. Now which one of these? The d12. 12!
12. All right, you kill it.
Nice.
You make your bong and it keels over.
My bong.
Bong. Bong. All right. That's your turn. All right, Xavier.
Since we did a long rest, I guess I can. I can't get up there. I have to dash to get up here and use my breath weapon.
No, that's 25 feet. That you moved.
Okay, good. Yeah, because that's half my move. Okay, yes, it says. Okay. Since we took a long rest, I can use my breath weapon again, which I'm gonna do.
All right. What is the direction you're aiming it at?
This way.
Okay. So dex saves for those two.
Yep.
What's their dex? Okay. They succeed. One of them succeeds. One of them fails. So go ahead and do full damage, and I'll calculate it for you. 9. Okay. So one of them takes 9. One of them takes 4. Yeah, but I mean they took some damage. Oh wait. That's lightning damage, right?
Yes.
It didn't look like it hurt them as much as it could have.
Okay, so they're resistant to lightning. Great.
They are. Alright, that's going to be your turn because you moved. It is the orange ape's turn. It is going to start running forward, and then it's going to jump. And it's going to land right here. Can Crow, Scylla... Pitch isn't here. Crow, Scylla, Aspen, and Ramsey, please make a dex saving throw.
Who can say when
19, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yeah,
We
that's.
scatter like roaches.
Okay, let me just double check something.
Oh yeah, that's when the DM knows he's gonna kill everyone, and he has to check to see how little damage he can actually do.
Yeah. So you all kind of. So luckily, this wasn't a damage thing. This was a if you were gonna be prone thing, as it just crashes in front of all of you, and luckily you all succeed. So yeah, it crashes down, and it is going to bite and punch Crow twice. So bite once,
Ow.
punch twice.
Ooh.
That's 3 attacks on me.
Yep. Well, actually, hold on. Let me think for a second. It's gonna bite you once, and it's gonna punch Scylla and Ramsey once each. It's gonna kind of do like a barrage for all of you. So Crow does a 22 hit.
Unfortunately.
Oof. You're gonna take 16 points of piercing damage. Scylla. Oh, does a 12 hit.
No.
All right, you avoid that punch, and
Yeah.
Ramsey does a 14 hit.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you get punched in the gut.
Ow, my organs.
All right, so that's gonna be their turn. Then it is the little guys' turns. So they're all. So most of them are going to be attacking the Myconids.
Oh my gosh.
Did you
Why
just
did we go after the one that was already dead? Why did we go after the ones that were whose victims were already dead instead of trying to save the living ones?
I don't know, man. Oh my god. One of them got a nat 20 on a Myconid. Oh boy. All right.
We're gonna die.
This one's definitely dead. It got 3 hits, and one of them was a nat 20, so there's no way.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I just rolled another nat 20. Are you kidding me?
Oh
You can spare the dying on them.
That one you can. That one's like I'll actually I won't remove the. I'll just do
What are you
this
saying?
because that one just.
He's just flat scored.
Yeah, it's 60 feet for me. I can spare the dying on them.
I'm gonna do like little circles to tell you how good health wise they are. So it's gonna be green, yellow, and red, and then crossbones. So
Fucking time to see his family just freaking murdered.
okay, the other two are still in the green. They're still okay. This one is gonna come up to you, Xavier, because you just shot it with electricity, and it is going to make a bite and a claw attack on you. Okay, well the first one's only gonna be a 5 to hit, so that misses.
Yeah.
And the next one's a 7 to hit, so that also misses.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is their turns, and then Scylla.
I'm gonna cast acid splash at the orangutan.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming it is. And I've just read this thoroughly enough to realize I could actually use 2 attacks if the enemies are close enough, but there's not an enemy that's close, so I'll just.
Okay, so the dex save, it gets 17. So
Yeah.
it makes it. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. And I forgot Glabagool. He can't squeeze between the wall and Crow. That's too tight, but he can squeeze between Scylla and the wall. So he's going to kind of like sloop over. And how much is his speed? 15 feet.
I just thought we were like getting cremated here, and I was like,
He's going to get to there, and he's going to make a pseudopod attack on that creature. Oh, a nat 1. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. No. He rolled a 1. A 1 on the percentage dice. Okay. I'm sorry. Ramsey, you take 6 points of acid damage as he accidentally whips it behind him instead and hits you.
Oof, my organs.
He just kind of squeals, I'm sorry, I'm not used to this fighting.
It's okay, you're doing your best. I'm bloodied, by the way.
Yep. Alright, we'll do one more round for the night. So, Aspen, it is your turn.
I'm going to try and... Oh God, where I can go. this time, I will use Ensnaring Strike on the orange creature.
Okay.
So it says next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack, before this spell ends, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact.
So is that your turn? That's your turn, right? Like they don't take damage yet, but they will on their turn. I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. What save is this?
Strength save.
Strength save.
Is
Rolled an 11.
the DC is 11,
I rolled an 11, so he makes it barely.
Ooh.
so nothing happens.
Nothing. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. After all that. The next up is Ramsey.
Alright, I'm so close. I guess I'll, I don't have a lot of damaging things. I think I'll just viciously mock Gorilla Guy.
Gorilla Gym. That's what we're calling him now. Gorilla Gym.
He fails.
Hell yeah. Yeah, take 3 damage, bitch. And someone else make that worth it.
That is his turn. Next up is Crow.
The big guy's right in front of us, right?
Oh yeah.
The big guy.
If I use a bonus action, can I hold my action for something? Or do I have to use both?
You can only hold your if you hold your action, it's an action that you're holding. A bonus action is part of an action. Like as far as I can tell, you can like do something like disengage as an action, use a bonus action. You could do something like that.
Well, no, because what I was hoping on doing was holding my action to cast Path to the Grave on it, and using a bonus action to like summon something, or not summon something, but like do something with my bonus action.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you can like use a bonus action and then hold your action.
No one can do a shit ton of damage, right? That I know of. No, Pidge could, but Pidge isn't here.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do what I did before with my I'll cast Path to the Grave. I'll use my Path to the Grave on the big orange guy to make him vulnerable, and then I'll cast Spiritual Weapon.
I still had your weapon on hand.
And I get to tackle him.
Go for it.
23.
That hits.
That's a D8 plus 3. Luckily I got an 8. So 22.
Nice. Yeah, you deal a good hit on this creature.
Wow.
And like kind of similar thing happens, like these cuts and like wounds appear out of nowhere, it seems, on this creature, and it does not like that. Alright, so that's your turn. Xavier.
Attack this dude in front of me.
Go for it.
Did the Myconid fail its death save?
Oh. Nope. Yes.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, that hits.
Yay.
10. Cool. It does not look good. Alright, you did 10 damage. It does not look good. Is that your turn, Xavier?
Yeah, I can't do anything else.
Alright, it is the orange ape's turn. It is going to kind of do the similar thing. It's gonna bite Crow, punch Scylla, and Ramsey, but it's going to do it recklessly.
No!
Sweet. Advantage.
Yep. It also has advantage though. Alright, so for you, Crow, it's gonna be a 26 to hit.
That hits. I'm probably unconscious.
14 points of piercing damage.
How many?
14.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down. Oh gosh, I'm gonna crumble like a leaf.
Scylla.
You did a really bad job of rescuing family. Would you fire away? Okay.
Scylla, how's a
Here you
20?
go.
Wait, what are you saying, Crow?
Does spiritual weapon disappear now?
Yes. Well, no, it doesn't
Not
because it's not
concentration.
Nope, it's still up. Sila, 22 hits. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 11 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then Ramsey, 22 as well.
What if I was like, no, that doesn't hit.
Actually, this time I just refused.
Yeah.
But no, that hit.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, I'm down.
Okay. That it. You can have advantage on it. Now.
Please finish it off. It can't have that much health left.
It's also going to be ensnared now, and I'll make a save. It failed, so it is now ensnared. As far as I can tell, so go ahead and do damage. I think it was a d6, right? And as far as I understand it, it can still attack. It just can't move. Like it can attack the things around it. It just can't move. So
But it attacks with disadvantage, I think.
yeah. So yeah, Aspen, go ahead and do whatever damage it is, d6 or whatever.
Go. Okay, that's only 3 damage, but still.
Hey, that's you guys keep saying it's only, but like you need every ounce of damage you can get.
It's 3 piercing damage.
Okay, so that's turn, and then the other creatures are going to continue to attack. So these guys are going to move up on you, Xavier. One can't get to it yet. Actually, this one's going to go on this Myconid.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
This Myconid is now in the red. He's not doing good.
I'm so sad.
Oh my god.
That one's
Still
still
watching
fine.
his family get massacred.
This one's now in the yellow or
You're
orange.
thinking of the family, and I'm surrounded by 3 of them.
They're also going to be They're also shooting spores at the creatures. Like they're doing something. It's just not. They're not killing them yet.
Possible, but I defecate.
And the other one succeeds his death save, so that's good. Only one more. All right, so that's theirs, and then Xavier, 3 of them are going to attack you.
I feel like it's going to become canon that once every session I have to shit myself, if not multiple times.
All right, Xavier, ready? What's your AC? What's your AC? Like, just tell me your AC, and I'll tell you what hits.
16.
16. Okay. One of them misses both their attacks. One of them gets a nat 20 on their bite, and one of them hits you with their claw. So you just get a nat 20 bite and a claw, which is not bad, to be honest.
So what's my damage?
You're gonna take. Hold on, I'll tell you the total. 10 piercing and 5 slashing.
So 15.
For a total of 15. That it could have been much worse.
Yes, it could have.
All right, so that's all their turns. Sila.
I'm gonna. Oh gosh, there are like almost none of them left alive. I'm gonna back away from this orangutan a little bit, and then I'm gonna cast Acid Splash again.
If you back away, you will get opportunity attack with disadvantage.
Oh, I need it here. Okay, I guess I won't do that then.
It has disadvantage.
Yeah, it will have disadvantage. Not attack.
All right, roll those dice.
All right, it'll try to bite you. Okay, with disadvantage, yeah, that's still gonna be a 24.
Oh my god.
No.
Rolled really high.
Oh god.
You're gonna take 8 points of piercing.
I'm down.
Okay.
You go to back away and it just freaking backhands you.
Yeah.
It bit her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just chomp right down on me.
Yep.
What's Aerith doing at this point?
Huh? They
That's
don't.
minding his own business.
They can't
He
really.
needs to wake up.
They can't really fight. Like they're not really like fighting NPCs, unfortunately. Except for Glabagul. Glabagul can fight.
Prince Zarindel is like a fucking beast.
He sure is not getting involved whatsoever. He is staying as far back as possible.
As I fall
He is a
unconscious,
prince.
I just look back over my shoulder at Sarah and I'm like, little pussy. And just fall.
Yeah.
Paul.
All right, but hey guys, guess what? It's Glabagul's turn. Don't worry, he's gonna fight. He's gonna win.
I thought we weren't going over.
He is gonna engulf the thing. Actually, he is gonna do that. So I have to make a dex saving throw. It fails. On a failure, the cube enters the creature's space, and it's going to take a shit ton of damage. Wow. Holy cow, gelatinous cubes can do some damage.
Yeah.
11 points. Okay, 11 points of acid damage. He is restrained, and he's going to take a lot of acid damage on his next turn. Like, a lot. Oh my god. 66 damage on his...
We should have fucking sent in Glabagul first. We were fools.
This is why you guys have him.
We should have just told him to run around.
Alright, so that's Glabagul's turn, and that is where we're going to pause for tonight. Oh my gosh. So just taking account, you have one Myconid that is almost back to 1 HP. You have another one that looks really bad. The other two look okay. There is a ape creature inside of Glabagul. Most of the party is passed out, and this orange ape thing is ensnared and is okay. Not great, not bad.